Hello everybody, I'm Sporkinator, with the conclusion of the F1 race Let's Play. Hope you enjoyed that. While I've got the old dusty Game Boy out, I thought that today we would play some Tetris. So let's turn this thing on, get this stuff started. And I guess I do have a few stories to tell about Tetris, especially Tetris for the Game Boy, which is the one you see in front of you right now. You see, I had the Game Boy, and I had F1 Race, but I also had Tetris! Anyway, don't mind me, just sing it along to the main menu. This is something I have to do. Holy crap, 1989. This is even older than F1 Race, but I guess that's no surprise. That's because it's Tetris. It was probably invented many years earlier by Alexei Pahitsnov, or however you pronounce the name. Oh boy. So I believe I will be playing Tetris, game type A, which is the endless type. And we've got three kinds of music here. A type, which is the classic Koryobaniki, or however you pronounce that Russian tune. I'm actually not sure how you pronounce that, to be quite honest. So I do apologize in advance if I had completely mispronounced that, and then there's this one. I don't know what the proper name of this one is, but we'll call it music type B, because that's what it says. Then there's also music type C, which I guess is a neat tune, but for whatever reason, this one just annoys me. Maybe if I turn my volume down, I could probably put up with it, but anyway, we're gonna play with the classic A music for now anyway. And I am a bit rusty at Tetris. I think I'm not nearly as proficient as I used to be, so rather than starting at level 9 like I usually prefer to, I think I will just start out at level 5. Because the higher your starting level, the higher you can score. So anyway, let's play some Tetris, because why not? And I guess I'll try to talk about Tetris strategy as this goes on. I figure you probably want to have one side available for like your bar piece, and the problem with this game, as you can see, it's complete. I actually don't like these pieces I'm getting, so I'm actually gonna restart. Not gonna lie. Right. So as I was saying, the piece distribution is completely random. I don't frickin' like this either. Be right back.
Let's play some Tetris, motherfucker.
Right, can we please start out with something flat so I can get my points across? Jeez. Anyway, like I was saying, the piece distribution is completely random. It can really screw you over in the beginning. And I usually don't get that many bad games in a row. It's nice to at least start out with something flat so that we have somewhere to put it. And it's also important to see what piece is coming up next and plan for it. Funny, the game actually has an option to turn that off with the select button, but why would you ever do that? Like, unless you're, like, wanting to challenge yourself and totally not expect what's coming next. But geez, I know that later iterations of Tetris actually allow you to hold a piece for later, but that's almost like borderline making the game too easy. I also made my own version of Tetris where the pieces were not completely random, but were instead added to a list in random order. But I guess I'll show off that game some other time. Anyway, what was I saying? Anyway, my mom actually used to play this game. We would take turns playing Tetris on the Game Boy, just passing it back and forth. And we would play for hours and hours, trying to beat each other's high scores. And speaking of high scores, the game keeps track of high scores, but if you turn the power off, all those records disappear. So, I really don't understand what the point of that was. Like, why have me enter my name for a high score later on, when you're just gonna erase it when I turn the power off? Jeez, man, it's like the cartridge didn't have a battery in it like some of the other cartridges did, which really sucked. It made me so mad when the high scores weren't there after, like, resetting the game and stuff. And this is getting really bad. I could really use one of those long bar pieces right about now. This is not going well. Good lord, can I please have a thing? This is getting real tight. This is so bad. I don't know how this is... There it goes. There it goes. Things are bad now. Things are extremely bad. I built too high is what I did. Let's see if I can get out of it, though. It'd be amazing if I could. Oh my gosh, I got out of it. Anyway, I think that's like the first time I've cleared 4 lines and actually gotten a Tetris, as it were. Because that's actually the name of the game, and it's what refers to clearing 4 lines at once, is a Tetris, believe it or not. So I guess like your main goal is to clear as many lines as you can, but you can only clear 4 at a time, because that's That's the biggest piece you can have, or the tallest piece you can have is that darn bar that you use to actually clear the Tetris. Now this is only going to be a triple, because I have that darn gap down at the bottom. And I'm always trying to leave like a flat spot of like 2 or 3 pixels wide, or blocks wide, I should say. Because you've always got those like block pieces coming, and then you've got the Z and S pieces. See, this is a perfect spot for this one right here. That's kind of what you want to go for. Oh, I do not like this at all. I did not want to put this here, but I'm gonna have to clear that. See, now it's on the other side, and since the pieces come down, I think on like the 3rd column from the left, it's more beneficial to have your bar gap over on the left side, or like slightly to the right of the left edge, if that makes any sense, because that makes it easier to get over when you're on higher levels, and the pieces are coming down faster. So it's just crazy like how random it is. Sometimes you can just literally get screwed over and never get a bar for like a really, really long time. So it's like there's 2 sides of the coin, if you ask me. There's the game being completely unfair and completely random by not giving you a bar just due to your bad luck, and see, I got this bar at the wrong time. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. Games like this often turn out terrible for me. This is pretty much the norm, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of games I play in Tetris turn out like this, where it's like I'll screw myself, then I'll unscrew myself, and I'll come real close to losing, and we really gotta get lower. This is not gonna work out at all. But yeah, I guess that's really the only story I have to tell, is how my mom and I used to go back and forth beating each other's high score. I don't know where my little brother was at the time, but I'm sure he must have played this once or twice. He had to have. It's impossible to think that he would not have. I just don't remember that part of my life very well. It was a long, long time ago. And we were definitely living in People's Valley at the time, because that's where they were all staying with us. Because for a while they were at the house we had down in Glendale, which was a 2-story house. Then we moved up to People's Valley, and we had actually camped on our land for a while. This is gonna sound really crazy, but this is actually what we did. I know this for a fact. We camped on our land for a while before our house finally came. It was like one of those mobile homes that they haul in, like in 2 pieces, and then they put it together. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but yeah, that was our house in People's Valley, and that's where we were living at the time when we were playing Tetris a lot. So then the house finally came, and then I guess that's kind of actually when the family moved on, and that's when I claimed the Game Boy, as it were. As I mentioned during my F1 race Let's Play, I claimed someone else's Game Boy as my own because they just up and left, and I don't know if they left all their stuff behind, but they left a lot of it behind. It was all covered in tarps, oddly enough. So we were digging through it and deciding like what to keep and what to get rid of, because I guess they were out of contact. We couldn't contact them, so we had to do something. It was clear they were never coming back, because things fell out. I think we had arguments and stuff, and even if I knew the details, I wouldn't share them just because that's like personal family business, I suppose. But man alive, that was a crazy time, camping out on the land. And to think that I must have been, how old was I, 14 or 15? I'm not sure if that's right. Shoot, man. I don't even know. Because I know we were in People's Valley for like 10 years. 10 years, I think we stayed in that house. It's crazy to think of, but it's true. It has to be true. I know I was there for, well, I don't know if I was actually there for 10 years, because I was going to high school at the time, and, well, that brings me to another story. Oh, jeez. Man, I had to catch the bus at like 6:45 a.m., and that completely sucked, because I was definitely not a morning person during my high school days. I hated getting up early. But I had to catch that bus at frickin' 6:45 in the morning, and then ride for like a whole hour, all the way to school. So I'd get to school at like, what, 7:45? And then classes, I think, started at 8 a.m., so I had like 15 minutes of free time between getting there and having to go to class, but that's really not much considering you have to walk all the way to your locker and probably get like a book out or something. Of course, a lot of the times you have to carry these darn books home to do your homework, and they were really heavy too. And it got even worse when I got onto college. I had a lot of books, and they were all like hardcover heavy books, and I was carrying them around in my backpack, and it just made me tired carrying them around. I'm so glad we have like ebooks and stuff now these days, because I can't imagine anyone in their right mind wanting to carry around that many like physical books. It's insane. I don't even know how I did that. Aw, this sucks. I wanted to put the bar down there, but it was blocked because I blocked it, and that's just how it goes, man. That's how the pieces fall. Just have to keep going here. I'm hoping to actually reach level 10 before I finally fail, because this is endless after all, so theoretically this video could go on forever. Just imagine that. No, but seriously, with each level, the pieces do come down faster, so there is a point where you can't possibly move them fast enough to get them into position, and you will fail, guaranteed. Which really sucks that a game has to do that to you, but that's the nature of Tetris. It's not about winning or losing, it's about how long you can survive, how long you can last, at least Type A. Type B game is actually not unlimited, And I think I will leave that one to Comrade Sporkinov, because I'm sure he'll have something to weigh in on, considering that Tetris is like from Russia with love and everything, so I'll probably make another Tetris video, or should I say Sporkinov when they make another Tetris. You know what I mean. He'll make a Tetris video too, and he'll show off Game Type B. And I think it's really short, so I don't even know how that's gonna turn out. But man, this is just a poor display sometimes, because this is just really bad, having gaps and blocking things off, but sometimes it just seems unavoidable, so I feel like no matter how good I get at this game, it's the RNG, the random number generator, that always gets you in the end. Heck, just ask Swordless Link about that. He'll tell you. He's a speedrunner. I was actually watching him speedrun Super Mario 64, live streaming on Twitch. And in just 2 hours, he got all 120 stars. And that's not the world record, but still, it was I believe a new personal best for him, a new PB as they say, personal best. So that was entertaining to watch. So many glitches, shortcuts, speedrun strats, fun stuff. Definitely follow Swordless Link on Twitch if you like watching Mario 64 speedruns, because that's what he's been doing lately, and he did them like 2 days in a row, on Monday and Tuesday, both my days off. So that's part of the reason why I didn't live stream on Twitch that particular week, because I wanted to watch him. He was just so fun to watch, and even when he messed up, he'll be like, I want to die, and then a few minutes later, he'll be like, oh, I'm over it. He's a real chill guy, so I really like watching him stream on Twitch. It's just amazing, the speedrun strats that he's gotten pretty good at. And he keeps mentioning some canonless strat for like Whomp's Fortress, and I really don't know what he's talking about, but it's entertaining nonetheless. Holy crap, I'm about to reach level 9 here. And yeah, I started on level 5, so level 9 is, I think, where I used to really start feeling the pain of the increased speed. Like, level 8 was okay, and all the levels below that were okay, but holy crap, level 9 was like a pain at first. Right now it's not so bad, because the speed increase has been gradual, being that I started on level 5, and level 5 was actually surprisingly tame. A lot easier than I remember it being, to be quite honest. But I think when we reach level 10, we're gonna be a little bit screwed. I have been to level 11 before on the original Game Boy, because I used to play this game on the bus, too, on my trip to and from school. Although a lot of times I would sleep on the bus. And I never wanted to do homework on the bus, because the whole bus was vibrating and I had to fill in stuff with pencils. So my mom would always be like, how come you don't do your homework on the bus before you get home? And I'd be like, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Not with the bumps in the road and the vibration of the truck and the pencil, are you serious? And that's why I never did homework on the bus. It was just not feasible for me. Holy crap, we're gonna reach level 10 soon. Things are gonna get fast. And I'm probably not gonna be able to handle it, but we'll see. Good thing I have a spot for this square. Hate the squares. The squares really suck when you don't have a place for them, but other than that, they're really okay. So I guess they don't really completely suck, but they can suck, I guess is what I'm trying to say. They just suck to no end sometimes. Yep, this is level 10. Maybe I will reach level 11. Maybe I'll just play it safe and stay low and not try to go for Tetrises so much. Hopefully I can break 100,000. If I remember correctly, something cool happens if you surpass 100,000. I don't know if I'm gonna get there, though. I guess I'll give it an earnest try, for what it's worth. Holy crap. Alright, let's put this over here. Keep that open for that. You don't even know what I'm referring to, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, I cannot afford to build high anymore. Level 10 is just too fast. And so is level 11. Holy crap, I'm on level 11 now. And come to think of it, I think I've been to level 12, but only like once or twice, maybe. Or once or twice every so often. Maybe more than once or twice altogether. I'm actually not too sure. But you know what? I'll keep going. I will keep going. I'm not gonna give up. Try to at least surpass 100,000 points. That would be fantastic, because I think a cool thing does happen. You get to see like a rocket ship or something. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so I'm hoping to see it now, for like the first time in a long time, to be quite honest. Yep, I gotta take the safe road. I gotta keep going. That's like 1,000 points for every line I clear, so I probably will reach 100,000, even if it's just barely. I don't know if that's the threshold or not. I'm kind of making an assumption here. A really dangerous assumption. I could be totally wrong. This is bad. At least this will be a double. It'll probably get me over 100,000. Oh, not quite. Alright, we'll go for this. It's bad, but I'll take it. There we go. I think we're... Oh, we're so close. We're at like 99,036. There we go. I surpassed 100,000 points. I'm happy. And I kind of did it on the first try. I mean, those first 2 games I reset because I did not like the pieces I was getting in the beginning. But still, this has actually turned out pretty good. Oh shoot, see, things are coming down fast now, so you have to know where you're going. You no longer have time to dawdle, things are just fast. I ain't even going for Tetrises anymore, it's far too risky. At this point, it's all about survival. How long can you make it before you just finally pass out from the pain? Alright, here we go. Oh, here comes a bar. There's a Tetris on level 12, holy crap, that's gonna be worth a lot. That's like, probably over 10,000 points just in and of itself. I'm on level 13! That is definitely a rare thing that usually doesn't happen. Boy, OBS, you better not lose this footage, man. This is good stuff right here, even if it is kind of sloppy play. I think it's more than most people are capable of. I could be totally wrong on that, though. I'm sure Tetris has evolved since then. There may even people be doing, like, world record stuff for this, but I don't know how you go for a world record in Tetris, especially with an RNG. That just sounds ridiculous now that I think about it. Oh, man. Oh, shoot, I give up. I legit give up. It's too fast. It's level 13. Oh, here's the rocket ship. Woo! Going all the way to space! Oh man, they let you enter your name here. And I know there's not much point. You know what, I actually might start save stating this so I can keep my high scores. I'll type in Spork or something, because I know there's not enough room for Sporkinator. But still. I wonder if Sporkinov would fit. It's not actually that much shorter though. Besides, Sporkinov probably wouldn't like me posing as him. Anyway. H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P-Q-R C-D-E-F-G-H-I-J-K. Yeah, we'll leave it at Spork. And I'll just fill in space for the last letter. That works. Save state, I suppose? Anyway, I now leave game type B. The honors go to Sporkinov. So anyway, I'm the Sporkinator. Thank you for watching. And may we play again in the future.